Hello. Well, the Advent season is upon us. It seems like just last week we were taking all of the decorations down, and now we're back in the basement digging them out again. Here at Mary's Chapel, we're excitedly getting ready for our upcoming Christmas cantata performances, and well, there's just this feeling of Christmas in the air. As a pastor, I've been challenged these past couple months with a decision that I've not had to make before since Christmas hasn't fallen on Sunday in 11 years. Being a family man, I know what a challenge it is to get through the excitement of Christmas morning and then hurriedly corralling the family off to church. And so I was faced with the decision, do we have Christmas service on Christmas Day, or do we try to make it a little easier on families and maybe offer a Christmas Eve service instead? I would love to confess to you that the decision was an easy one, but it really wasn't. I finally decided that we would have Christmas service on Christmas Day, and let me explain why. In the very first Christmas story, you may recall Jesus was presented to God and circumcised on the eighth day. Circumcision was a sign that that child now belonged to God. And when they were presented to God, the parents actually made an offering. The offering was an offering of redemption. It was to symbolize their buying the child from God. It was an acknowledgement on the part of the parents that the child belonged to God. Jesus said such in Matthew chapter 19:14. He said, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom belongs to such as these." That's the reason that we decided to celebrate Christ's birth at Christ's house on Christ's day. I want God to know that these children that He entrusted to us in raising still belong to Him. And with the alarming rate of children leaving the church as they grow older, our bringing His children to Him on Christmas Day to present them to Him has never been more important than it is today. Furthermore, I want our children to know that while the Christmas morning is an exciting time that they wait 364 days for each year, the reason for the season is still Jesus. I think that my worship leader said it best when I spoke to her about this. She said, "What message are we conveying to our kids when we set Jesus aside on the day that was supposed to have been set aside for Him?" What message indeed. As I said, I know what a sacrifice it is to adjust all of our family festivities around gathering at God's altar to present ourselves to Him as though we're saying, "Here we are, God, just as we promised we would be. We're expected to be here." But I think that places the focus on our sacrifice instead of on Jesus. I'd like you to think of this season in a different way. Jesus left His home in heaven to come to our home on earth to present Himself to us, not stopping to ponder the sacrifice that He was making on our behalf. A sacrifice that included a life of hardship and poverty and betrayal and denial, rejection, mocking, beatings, all done in the shadow of the cross. I think that the very least that I can do for Him is to present myself and my family to Him. And rather than focus on my sacrifice, say instead, "Here I am, God, because I just want you to know how much you mean to me." Thank you for listening. God bless you.